Welcome to video 11 in the Respect Your Elders series. This is intended to help players reach top 10 more often and win more games in Player Unknown. Please check out the first 10 videos in the series. I'm going to skip a lot of the crap that I normally go over because it's all in the earlier videos, so please check the playlist and go through them. I'm going to be referencing back to a lot of stuff that I've already said. This video is going to deal with three things primarily. The first is going to be reiterating a point I put in the fundamentals video, which is don't lay down. The second point we're going to be talking about is a little more advanced pre-firing. And the third is going to be damage control when you make mistakes, how to minimize the impact that they have on your game. Also going to talk a little strategy, getting right into it. So off of the jump, I grabbed a car and drove straight to Primorsk. This is kind of a high-risk, high-reward strategy. If you end up being the only person that does this in that particular town and you have enough time to loot, you can get some really good stuff. And in this case, I was able to get an 8x scope, which is a game changer. But now it's time to drive into the zone. You'll see that right here, I switched to a motorcycle. I've taken to driving the non-sidecar motorcycles a lot in solo. And the reason is they're super fast, but more importantly, you can hide them places, and it's not so obvious that you're in a building. Here I am parking the motorcycle in a place I hope no one will see. You'll notice right as I park, I take a few seconds to listen, just a split second to listen, to see if anybody is in the building. Right when you pull up, if there's somebody camping in the building, they're not quite expecting you to roll up at that moment, and they take a few seconds to reposition defensively, and often if you stop right when you roll up, you can hear those footsteps. Now in a previous video, I talked about how unless it's a situation where you have to, like the end of a game in a field, don't lay down. If you're being shot at, move. Like stay sprinting, stay moving. I spot a guy up here at the lighthouse. So I get in position and I start shooting this guy, and I got some potato aim here, but boy, he decides to lay down and hand that kill to me. I wait outside the wall here for a second before I loot. I go up. Doesn't have much that I need. You can see this guy's got a VSS on him. I don't pick this up. I'm getting pretty sour on the VSS. It's let me down in a lot of situations where an AR or an SMG wouldn't have. So I'm starting to leave it on the ground unless I've got a really decked out AR in the first slot. I take a look at Circle and I end up driving up to this area right over here. Now, these two little houses that I marked here are actually a really bad place to defend from. This shack, typically shacks aren't the greatest, but this particular one is amazing. I see a guy here coming across the field. 8x scope is wonderful. But again, what does this guy do? Lays down. Hands me a kill. If that guy stays up and keeps running to behind the house, that could get interesting right there. So I leave this shack, and I decide I want to drive to the edge of the zone here and wait and see what the next one does, because I don't see any places I want to be. The place I pick is a bad decision. This is a big mistake on my part, but I did want to talk about damage control. When you realize you've done something wrong, try and minimize the effect it's going to have on your game. In this case, what I do is I just try and get some cover, even though I'm in a horrible position here in a low spot between two high spots right on the edge of the zone. This is just a stupid place to pick. I should have gotten killed here. There should have been somebody camping on one hill or the other. Another thing you can do is just immediately change tack. Like if you're driving up to a building and there's somebody in it, you can just drive away. You don't have to commit to your bad decision. Sometimes you're forced to commit to a bad decision, and in that case like this, I really don't feel like getting up and going somewhere else is a great idea, so I just live with it. Try and find the best cover I can. I try and get quiet, and it fortunately works out. You can apply this to lots of situations. This is just one example. So I drive into the center of the zone here. Fortunately, nobody was on either one of those hills to shoot me when I made my bad decision. I end up arriving in the center of town here, and this is going to be a popular building. Doors open. Oh, and look at this. Hey, game designers, if you're looking at this, there's a bunch of stairs like this you need to fix that are see-through on the backside. Also take 3rd person out of the game. Thanks. I'm going to stop the video real quick right here to talk about a more advanced tactic. It's called pre-firing. What a pre-fire is when you know someone is coming, you start pulling the trigger just a little bit before they arrive, and this is to try and account for a little bit of the lag that's inherent in all shooters. And what you're doing when you're pre-firing is you're trying to kind of cut some of this out and get real quick bullet damage by, you know, shooting right before you anticipate where the person is going to come out. I actually do it too much here. You can see that I pre-fire way too early on this first guy, and you know, because of that, as he comes around, he's actually able to dodge and get out of the way. There was a guy chasing him, trying to kill him, and I ended up getting the kill on that guy. Second guy does end up coming back down, and here we go with the pre-fire again. A little bit of potato aim there, but it's okay. Talking about earlier videos, you know, there's a lot of times I could have tried to get out and loot these things, but don't be greedy. If you've got enough ammo, if you've got what you need, don't do it. See shots from the right. I know somebody's outside shooting at the guy he's seen in the house. There's a guy on the left side. There's only 4 people left, so I know 3 of the last 4 people are right here, right by me. Right here you can see I run out of ammo in my SMG, and I'm forced to switch to the AKM. I go out the right side of this building here because I knew that other dude shooting from the left, and sure enough, as soon as the other guy runs out, he gets camped and shot. And I'm still concerned about that guy on my left until I see him get shot from across the street right here. With a shotgun, nonetheless. So that guy's given his position away. I got nice cover behind this wall. Only 2 left. I know it's just me and him. And if I didn't have such potato aim with grenades, this would have been an easy kill for the win. Unfortunately, I didn't pick up enough grenades off dead bodies, or I could have kept peppering him. But we're just going to deal with that, go to the right side, find nice cover here, and see if we can get some shots off. And this guy decides to make a run for it right as I can bear down on him, and that just ends up getting him killed. I've got lots of videos to make in the queue. In some future videos, we're going to talk about aim and aiming. I'm going to do a critique video, some group-focused tips and tricks, how you change strategy for duo and squad. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.